Hi guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa. Today I'm doing page 10 in my December daily. So I have 16 pages in this project, which is enough to do the 31 days of December. All the pages are a little bit different. I'm using this set of SVG files to make my December daily, and I'm also using this set of scrapbook paper. So both of these are available in my Etsy store if you're interested. I'm cutting my pages, the red pieces here, out of cardstock. So the cardstock I'm using is this one here. It is 65 pound or 176 GSM white letter size cardstock, which also means that I can run this through my printer if I wanted to print directly onto that cardstock. So that's the cardstock that I'm using. I'm using the cardstock to cut out these red pieces here, and then the green pieces on top I'm cutting from my scrapbook paper. So that's this one here. There are 20 pages here plus one white one which has a really faint design on it, which I didn't include on this little picture here, but that's what I'm using today. There will be a video in the playlist on how you can change the lines here to score lines and attach them using Cricut Design Space, and how to create the project in Cricut Design Space. So if you don't know how to do that but you want to do this project, you might want to go and check out that video. Otherwise, this is page 10 and this is what I'll be cutting out today. So I have this floating ornament kind of a page, and also an envelope. So the floating ornament page doesn't really have anywhere where you can journal, and you could put your photos on the ornaments themselves, but if you don't want to, I've created this envelope so you can put some photos and journaling in that envelope for page 10 if that's what you'd like to do. Alright, so let me show you what I've cut out. First of all, I have cut out this red whole page itself. I've cut out twice. Let me show you. This is my little stash of things that we'll be using today. So here is this page that I've cut out twice. It's the red piece underneath, and it just has that one score line down there. And this is going to be the binding section, the bit where we're going to attach all the pages together at the end. So it's a sort of a loose leaf arrangement so that you can put in as many pages as you would like, and add other things in there as well if you'd like to. But those are those two pieces that I've cut out here, the red piece out of cardstock. And then I have the ornaments themselves. I had to mess around a little bit with those, but I've cut out 12 of those. And they're in here. Okay. So I've cut out 6 red ones and 6 green ones. So I actually cut it out of the white cardstock as well. But then I attached this foil paper to each, and I just had to fussy cut around them by hand, because this foil paper is like the foil paper that comes on an Easter egg, and I really wanted to use it, but my Cricut did not like it. So I did do a little bit of fussy cutting, both on the red ones and the green ones. And then that green little star there, I've cut out of gold glitter and just stuck it on top all ready to go. So I've got 12 of these, and in my case I've got 6 green and 6 red. So they are going over here. I'll pop those there. And then for the envelope, I've cut out the red piece underneath, one of those. That's this one here. I've cut that out of the white cardstock, and then because my Cricut puts the score lines on for me, so I've just folded it all up along the score lines so we can make it into an envelope. And then I've cut out the mats for these. So for this one here, I've cut out this green mat here. I've cut out 2 of those. Now it's important to remember when you cut these out that for the back side of the page, you need to flip the whole page over. If you're using Cricut Design Space, you need to flip the whole page over so that it's facing in the right direction. So this is my front, and you can see it's got rounded corners. So then when I cut out my second one, I had to flip the page over so that they are sort of opposite of each other, like so. So I've got 2 of those. I've cut 2 of those skinny ones as well. So that's those here. So that's all I needed for that. Now for my envelope, I had cut 2 of these, one for each side of my flap. I've cut 2 of these ones here, one for inside my envelope and one for the back of my envelope. That's those 2 there. I've cut 2 of these strips, one for the front side and one for the back side. So that's these 2 here. And I've cut one of these ones here, and that's that one there. So that's everything that I've cut already, so I can just pop that to the side for now. Let's start with the envelope, I think. So I've got all my mats for my envelope, and this is what my envelope looks like when it's cut out. That looks just the same. And we are going to put it together. Now, I think I might use a magnet to hold my flap down, so I'll grab a couple of magnets. I've got these really, really super tiny ones here, which I'd be keen to try and use. I'm just hoping they're going to be strong enough. So there's 2 magnets there. I bought them from AliExpress and I didn't realise they were going to be quite so small. Look at the size of that. So there is always that problem when you buy things online. And I've got hundreds of them, so I really want to try and use them. Okay, so we can start by putting this section down here and this piece here. Let's start with those. So this one is going to be the one I put down here, so I'm just going to grab my glue. The glue that I'm using is a clear glue by Crafter's Choice. It's just called craft glue. In Australia I can buy it from Spotlight, so it's nice and easy to get hold of. And it's a bit smelly, but it does give you a little time to get your mat in the right spot before it sort of sets up. So that's good if you need to wiggle it around a little bit, which I usually do with mats. So I'm happy with that. Could go over here a little bit. See, I need to wiggle everything. And that's not even that perfect, but never mind. And then we're going to put this one in here. So let's put that. And this is just so when you open it up, open your envelope up, you still have a nice little lining inside it. Looks good on the inside too. It's not necessary. I mean, you probably could have printed, actually I had to cut this piece out of a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, not the letter size. So I should probably have mentioned that sometimes I use 12 by 12 pieces of cardstock. And I don't even know if I did a very good job of lining that up. Okay, and then we can join this one together. So for my construction glue, I use this Tiger Grip glue by Helmer, also available from Spotlight in Australia. So I'm just going to glue that tab to that tab, and then I'm going to put glue on all of those tabs. And I'm just going to fold it up. Make sure it's got enough glue. Oh, you know what I did think of is you can see this little section of the tab when you open it to the front. So let's just snip that off before we go any further. Should have done that before I put the glue on. Okay. So now it doesn't poke up above that little V there. So now we can close it over. And just glue it on down, like so. I'm just going to give it a little burnish. So one thing you might find with the envelopes when they're in one piece like this is that you might have a little section along here that sticks out the bottom, and that's just the extra little bit of cardstock that you lose when you're folding it over. So I just come along with my scissors and trim that off. There's not really much I can do about that. So I'll just do that. Okay, now we can start thinking about these little guys here, these little, whatchamacallits, magnets. That's what they're called. So I've just got some double-sided tape here, and I'm going to put some down on here. Just make sure that that's going to be okay when I close it up. Put a magnet on here. I'm just going to get this little bit of tape stuff off. There we go. Then I'm going to put one of these magnets on there. About there. Okay. Then I'm just going to pop this on top, and then I'm going to put this magnet on top, because I want to make sure that I get the right polarity, which I often don't do. And then maybe I'll try doing it this way. If I put my bit of double-sided tape on here, like that. I've not actually done it like this before. I don't know why I'm doing it like this now. I'm pretty sure every time I put a magnet together, put a magnet on, I do it a different way, and this is not a good way, because now I cannot get that tape off the back, you know, that strip off the back at all. Oh, I've nearly got it. I've nearly got it. I feel like I'm committed now, and this is the way I have to do it. Okay, I'm going to pop that on there. It's going to go that way. Come on. It's stuck to my tweezers. Okay, I'd suggest this is not the way to do it. Okay, I'm going to close that up. And then we're going to open it up like that. Okay. So now we've got 2 magnets on there. So I'm going to cover one up straight away. I'll put this one on here to cover it up. And just put some glue on here. So this is quite a nice big sort of free floating envelope, but you could make as many of these as you wanted and put them in between as many pages as you wanted to. So let's do that. Put this on here. Get it right. Like so. Make sure it's stuck down pretty well. A bit of glue coming out the edge. Okay, and then I've got one of my mats here. I can pop that on here. So I'll just put some glue on that one. Whoop. Going to make sure that it sticks pretty well around where that magnet is. I'm just going to turn this sideways. Get the glue off my fingers, stick it down. I'm just really making sure that it's sticking around that magnet. Okay, and then I'm just going to burnish around there, make sure that paper really sticks down there. Excellent. Alright, now I'm going to, before I close, I'm going to put this magnet on here, this mat on here. And I've only got 6 more pages to go, so that's pretty exciting. I'll pop that one on here. So I'm making my December daily before December, so that I can show you guys how I'm putting it together, but of course it won't have any journaling in it until December. So then I'm going to flip it over and I can just attach these mats to the back of my envelope. But when it comes to Christmas time, when it comes to December, I really won't have much to do except put my photos in, maybe do a little bit of embellishing if I haven't done it already. So that'll be good. I have to get busy with my photos in December. Okay. And how interesting, I don't think I've ever made an album in advance of photos before. So usually I have all the photos, you know, and I think, oh, I need to make an album to put it all in. And then this one. And then that will be our envelope done. I'm just going to pop this down here. Like that. And that's our little floating envelope pocket. So then we can close that up and it's done. Cute. Great spot here to do some embellishing. And you know, you can put some photos or something on the back as well if you like. Okay, so that's our envelope done. Now we're going to just do this floating sort of ornaments page, and this is really a page that is just a sort of novelty fun page really. So let's start by putting some mats on so that we don't get those lost. So I've got my little side strip here. We can do this to both pages. So I'm just going to put this on here. Like that. And then the mat for this page. Nope, that's the other one. This one here is going to go on like this. So I'm just going to run some glue around here, so I can stick it down. So I'm just going to go around each of these little ornaments. And around the edge of my page. Whoop. And I'm just going to fill up some of these spots a little bit. Okay, and then I can bring my page in. And do my best to line this up. How's that? I feel like it could come over this way just a tiny little bit. Looks good. That wasn't too bad. So then I'm just going to stick it down all the way around, make sure that it's nicely attached. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same with the next one. So that's this mat, these mats here, and this page here. So I'm just going to attach this mat and this mat. So I'll do that and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the mats attached to the front of my page, and I also have the mats attached to the other page here as well. And so what we're going to do now is attach our little floating ornaments. So I am going to put, I've got some, let me find the end of it, I've got some embroidery floss, ribbon, string, what is it called? I'm going to attach some along here like this, going down both sides. So let's just trim some of that off. And I'm going to attach it using this double-sided tape. So I'm just going to put a piece here and then a piece in between each one like this, like that, and then one at the bottom, like so. Whoops. Okay, it's staying like that now. So I'm just going to burnish that down, and then I'm going to flip this off. Should start at the top, I suppose. I'm going to get this strip off. Thank you for cooperating. Oh, probably should have started from the end, from this end being right-handed. This one's going to be difficult. There we go. Okay, then I'm just going to lay this down like so. Make sure it sticks to there, like so. And do the same again on this side. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, when I've done that, I'm just going to trim this a little bit shorter so it's not poking at the bottom of my page. If I could do it, I'm going to maybe pick it up and do it like so. I can't pick it up. So that's just going to be a little bit of scrappy rubbish. Just going to make sure that all of those strands are together. There we go. And then we can attach this one to this one. So I'm just going to run all the way around it with some glue and then stick the two together. I want to make sure that this is sitting right in the middle of the ornaments. Oops, might have made it worse. Might just have to do like that. Like that. Okay, so then I'm going to run around all the way around my whole page with this glue if it wants to come out. Okay, so once I have got all of the glue all the way around, I'm just going to sandwich those embroidery threads in between these two pages. So I'm just going to line up these pages together and then glue it into place. And they'll be sandwiched in between. And then I'm just going to really firmly attach the two pages together. So I've sandwiched my 2 pages together with that embroidery thread running through both the pages like so. So now I've taken 6 of my little ornaments, and I've just run some of that double-sided tape down the back of each one, and I'm just going to place them. I'm going to take this strip off, I'm going to try it, and I'm going to place them where I would like them. So I don't know which way is the best way to do this, maybe like this. So I'm going to have a red one there, and then I might have this red one. I'm going to make them a bit scattered, I guess. I'll put this red one under here. I'm just trying to line it up. About like that. And then I put another red one down here. So I'm going to put that one there, and then I'm going to line this one up like that. Press it down. And then I'm going to do the same with the green ones. I'm going to put them in the other spots that I've left. Okay, so now when I'm happy with where they are all sitting and placed, I'm just going to pop some glue on each one of these and again sandwich that thread together. And I'm going to put red ones on top of red ones, but I mean you could do whatever you wanted. You don't have to have red and green. I mean glitter ones would be really nice. I just thought I'd try something a bit different. So I'm just going to put some glue on this one. And then I'm just going to line this one up on top of this one and sort of sandwich together that thread and make sure that it's really well attached and lined up. And then I'll just give it a really good burnish, and I'm going to do that for all 6 so I'm covering up all of these with the other one that I've got. So I'll just go ahead and do that because I reckon you get the idea, and I'll be back. That's pretty much the whole page done anyway. Okay, so I have attached my little ornaments to the top side of each of those ornaments. So now we have this page that's sandwiched together, and we have these little spinning ornaments on our page, and they'll loosen up a bit over time, but they will spin around and look cute. I think they're gorgeous. And of course it looks the same on the back as well, and they'll spin around and look really snazzy. So that's just a bit of a novelty page really. So you can put your photos and tags, journaling spots and things like that in the envelope, and they're going to go on top like that. And then I can put it with all my other pages that are ready to go. So I've got all my other pages here, so they're just going to be the next lot that I'm going to put on the background. So it's really beginning to, my December daily is really beginning to get quite chunky now, and I have got 6 more pages to go, so not too much longer to go now. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. As I say, you can pick this one up in my Etsy store if you'd like to have a go at making your own December daily using the SVG files. You can also pick up the scrapbook paper in my Etsy store if maybe you just found some inspiration from some of the pages that I've been making. There's a full playlist of all the pages, plus there'll be a video on how to upload everything to Cricut Design Space, and there will also be a flip through when I'm finished. So thanks very much for your time today, guys. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and take care. Thanks very much. Bye for now. Bye.